it's gonna be way worse than what you, listen, it started out as you, motherfucker, and then take me out in cuffs, cool.
And then take me out in cuffs, cool.
Saying, Kenyon Martin just said how most of us felt when we watched LeBron pull up on Stephen A. Smith and was all up in his grip. Yes, I know for me, that's how I felt. I was triggered. But here's the reality. Neither me, you, or Kenyon Martin just signed a $100 million deal. And that's just the facts, man. And I could sit here and talk spicy about what I would have done if that was me, blah, 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 blah. But the truth of the matter is that it sounds hot till you're the one that just signs a $100 million deal. What's good, family? Thank you for tapping in. If you're new, welcome. Pull up, have a seat, make yourself at home. Just don't put your feet up on the kitchen table. Don't stand up on my couch. All of that good stuff. In my last video covering this, I gotta admit, I went a little off the rails. Cause I was talking hot, saying things like I would've spit in LeBron's face or at his feet. Yeah, I was talking real crazy. That's how I felt. And I'm not too big to admit it. You know, my brother, God bless him, and Cuzzo, God bless him, they kind of gave me another lens to look through after they watched the video. And in my heart of hearts, I can't say that they are completely wrong. You know, and my brother really said something that hit home. And what he said was, broke people will respond all crazy and spaz out and make a scene, right? He said rich people that have something to lose, wealthy people, they react differently like the way Stephen A. reacted. And the next day, lo and behold, Stephen A. explains his rationale that echoed kind of the same sentiment my brother was talking. So I gotta adjust my position a little bit, right? Stephen A. Smith was protecting a bag over his ego in that moment, period. And, you know, I'll say this. I may not have spit in LeBron's face, but I damn sure would have sent him a few F-bombs and I would have growled right back at him with that same energy. And then I would have sat down, right? I would have put the onus on him like, now, what you gonna do now? In front of you approach me in front of the whole world. Now I'm giving you back that same energy. What you gonna do? 100 million not. Because all of this, you know, this worldwide tour, let me explain myself, what it do, it's not doing it for me from Stephen A. Smith. Because the optics are already on my head and I can't unsee them. So it's kind of weak to talk shit after the fact when the dude was breathing his dragon breath in your face and you did nothing. You just sat down. Period. All right, dog. You sat down. Stephen A. Smith is probably better off not explaining himself. You're better off not even saying this, in my opinion. Telling us all of these, you know, the backyard details. But in this, on Gil's Arena, enter the building, Kenyon Martin. Stand up, salute the Kenyon Martin. Because he turned all the way up with Stephen A. Smith. He went full MMA WWE style, fam. Period. He pointed out, he really pointed out some things that we can't look at, but nothing but true. LeBron specifically targeted Stephen A. Smith, and it wasn't really about Bronny. Because Stephen A. Smith never really talked bad. I don't even remember him talking negative about Bronny. I remember him trying to protect Bronny and avoid talking about Bronny. Right? So I don't know what this bone up LeBron's ass was. But he definitely knew Stephen A. wasn't gonna indulge him right there. LeBron knew that. It's kind of like the brave, disrespectful customer at the drive-thru talking shit while they're safe in their car and they could just pull off real quick if anything goes left. But what you gonna do when the employee pulls out that clock with the scope and puts the red dot on your head? Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. And Stephen A. Smith, he needs to watch his back for real. Cause Richard Jefferson, that's LeBron's man. And to me, he's a snake double agent. You kind of get the feeling he knew all along LeBron was going to come for Stephen A. Smith. And he said nothing. Not to mention all these media cowards, and I'm scared on it. Y'all are all cowards who cheering LeBron and his thug life behavior, right? But nobody will ever accuse LeBron of being a dummy. I say that. Because he would never in life have approached Kenyon Martin with the same type of energy. And that's facts. Listen, check out what Kenyon Martin had to say on GILS Arena, and we'll come right back.
Bracelet they used to serve like WWJD.
Right.
Like what would you, so we just gonna change the letter, the J to a K, and what would Kenyon do? Right?
That's a good
So,
one. Right.
So see, people do that to people, right? Like people do that to people where they know what the response is gonna be, right? If he thought that Stephen was gonna be on bullshit in the moment, ain't no way he would have did that in that moment, right? If he thought there was a slight chance that this shit can go left, right? They're not gonna put themselves in that situation. Trust. You approach me, it ain't gonna be the fucking narrative. That it's gonna be way worse than what listen, it started out as you, motherfucker, and then take me out in cuffs, cool. You bought this ass whooping upon yourself in public because you thought that was gonna be the narrative. It's not gonna be the fucking narrative. They do that shit to people who they think and they know they can get away with it in public.
He ain't got to be swinging.
Stephen, I'm not doing that.
He's not. That's him. That's why I said, what would Kenyon do?
A little trip though, just no accident.
And I said, oh, listen, the Lord don't put me in them kind of situations because I'm going to fail tremendously.
But was LeBron wrong?
I'm going to fail at that.
You're going to have to try a little harder. Serious question for you, Stephen.
All right. So you just saw Kenyon Martin come from the moon with a drop kick to LeBron's head, fam. But you know, as I watched the clip again, it was two things that occurred to me. One, LeBron supporters can't answer why LeBron was silent on Kel Sonnen, but got all this fire and desire for Stephen A. Smith. What is that, fam? Huh? Is it because they feel like the 40-year-old who is running, jumping, and putting up the same production he did 20 years ago is a low-key cheater? Because although LeBron was cleared of the PD connection, a blind back can see there's something going on, especially when the wife and two business partners have a connection to the scandal, but he is found to be completely innocent. Maybe Kel Sonnen knows exactly where the bones are, and LeBron doesn't want to ruffle any feathers. Second, I find it very interesting when LeBron tweeted out that Bronny was better than all the other players in the league and what he was watching was garbage, blah, 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 blah. That was a smack in the face to all the dudes who busted their ass to make it to the league. Yet, these same dudes got their mouths wide open, gulping the fake goat milk. That's crazy. Does anybody have any honor? Is anybody not afraid of LeBron and clutch sports? Anybody? One of y'all? Two of y'all? Many. It's crazy. Listen, fair. Jump in the comments and go stupid. Curious, and I really want to know, if you were Stephen A. Smith with $100 million deal on the table, just signed with the ink still wet, how would you have handled the situation? Also, do you think LeBron pulls up on Kenyon Martin with that same energy he did with Stephen A. Smith? Please tell me why or why not. I want to see what you guys got to say. Listen, as always, thank you for tapping in. And on your way out, please do the channel a solid and leave a tip in the form of a like, fam. And let us know you rock with In Your Face Hoops. And if you want to be first in line to get this A1 work, go ahead and subscribe and become part of the community. Till the next video, be safe, don't be a phony, and God bless.